Pretty Real Podcast. Real ladies, real talk, real shit.
That for sure. All I ever heard was get a dope.
Yay! Go ahead and bring her in. I'm excited. I'm excited too. I have questions. Yes. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
We're
Good.
awesome. Welcome to Pretty Real.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. What's going on with you? How are you holding up in all of this crazy thing that's going on in the world?
I'm just, you just trust in God that he's going to fix it, and just working on projects that you didn't put on the back burner because you're too busy with life and too busy running here and there and stuff. And God said, okay, sit down and get it done.
Yeah.
And so I've been working on my cannabis business and stuff. So I've been doing that. And, I have a lip glitter business. I have a hat business and stuff. So I've just been working on my businesses.
Really? Can you tell me a little bit about your cannabis business? Like, I know that has to be booming for you right now.
My cannabis business is called High Hopes. My site is highhopes.biz, HIGHHOPES.biz. And I make everything. I make edibles.
Ooh.
I make juice. I make everything myself from scratch. I make butter, sugar, oils. I do CBD, which stands for cannabinoid, and the differences are, THC, tetrahydrocannabinoid, is what gets you high and has the psychoactive effect, but CBD doesn't get you high. It stands for cannabinoid. We have cannabinoid reflectors already in our bodies. So when you ingest anything with CBD, it connects with those reflectors in our body and it causes us to heal. So any trauma you have, any PTSD, anxiety, your car wrecks, your molestation, your rape, anything that has anything to deal with trauma, that's what CBD does. But in order to heal cancer, the two have to work together. So THC and CBD. So in THC, there's CBD, but you have to have THC in order to heal cancer. Prescription drugs will never heal you. It is putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. You have to, so it's never going to heal you. So it's just masking the pain for you to feel better temporarily. But CBD and THC will actually heal you. It was used in the Bible. Jesus used it in the Bible when he made the salve to make the blind man see. That was an indica. It was called a strange balsam or a strange plant or cannabosum. And so it's been around for years. The Indians used it. That's what the peace pipe was for. The Romans used it and everything. So they used it to heal. Also, there's shrooms. I did shrooms last Friday. They're back. And shrooms looks like a mushroom. But what shrooms does is heal. It takes you in your past and deals with unanswered questions with the ancestors. If you watch Black Panther, when Coachella, they put him to sleep and they gave him that leafy drink, those were shrooms. Those were shrooms. Remember Killmonger, they gave him the thing and he went in back and talked to his father. Those were shrooms. And what shrooms does is go in so you can talk to your ancestors, and it's almost like I came outside of my body. And I was like, well, who is Hope Flood? Who is Hope Flood? And at first I was scared because what I did was grind it down two ounces and I put it in some tea. And then I drank it. And then I took a hot bath. And when I was in the bath, I almost got in the birthing position, like I was rebirthing myself. Mm-hmm. And then I said, I got to get out the tub. I felt like I was sinking, but I wasn't moving. And so I got out the tub and I got enough strength and I got in the bed and I got in the fetal position. And then my mother showed up. She's been dead for 15 years. She died at 56 years old with diabetes. And my mother showed up and I just cried. And I said, Mama, I'm sorry I couldn't save you. I'm sorry, Mama, I couldn't save you. My brother found her. She was dead. I said, but you have to forgive us so we can move on with our lives so we can be happy. Because we're not happy, because we felt like we didn't save you and we didn't protect you like you did us. And so that, and then I dealt with some issues with my son's father. And with that, when I was dealing with him, I met him when I was 14, 15 years old. He was my first everything. I was his first. But I realized he raped me because I told him no. at the time, I was 14, 15 years old. I said, no, I can't, I don't want to do this. I was scared. And he kept saying, no. And back then, it's not what they call it now, because no now means no. You know what I'm saying? Back then, it's like,
Yeah.
now, but now we define it. We know what it is and what it means. It's like domestic violence. We didn't understand what domestic violence is. But anytime a guy wants to isolate you from your family, only spend time with you and things like that, that is a form of domestic violence that we are not aware of, you know, and we didn't know what it was. So now no means no. The first time you say no, that fucking means no.
Facts.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So were you doing this before Corona? Were you doing the cannabis before Corona?
Absolutely. I've been in the cannabis business for about 4 or 5 years. I have a son. It's our business together. And I got into it because he smoked so much damn weed. I was like, we might as well try to start making some money off the
Facts.
best way we know how. So he handles all of the cannabis and weed stuff because I really don't know that much. And then I'm on the side where I make all the products and things like that. And one thing that has happened since Corona, one thing I know about Black people, we're going to get high, we're going to get drunk, we're going to fuck, and we're going to eat. Okay? Those things we're going to do.
Exactly.
Perfect recipe. Perfect.
What the fuck we going to do? Okay? In 9 months, y'all gonna see a bunch of little Covitas running around here, little Coronas running around here, little Corons running around this bitch and stuff.
I know, that's right.
And they're doing a lot of fucking right now and stuff. So that's what it is and stuff. So you know, so I'm doing that and perfecting my business and adding products to my business and things like that. And so it's an amazing business, and it's not about smoking weed to just get high. It's really, I'm trying to heal people. And that's our slogan. We're healers, not dealers and stuff. So we try to heal people. And that's what we're doing with CBD and cannabis. It's a healer. So don't let nobody tell you nothing different.
That's right.
You know? So my site is highhopes.biz. You can order from there. People can order. They can email me and ask me questions about stuff or whatever. I mean, even looking for reps in different cities who want to make money in the cannabis business. It's $1 trillion business. And they're trying to keep Blacks and Latinos out of this business and stuff. You know how the colonizers do, just like we're doing with this Black movement, Black Lives Movement and stuff. But I know one thing, we is tied and we ain't taking that shit no fucking more. And you guys, I love you young millennials, because what I love about your generation is that you don't see color. You just love who the fuck you love.
That's
and
true.
You just, friends, look at your girlfriend there, and you're friends with who you want to be friends with. And I love that. And I may not see it in my lifetime, but the millennials are going to eradicate racism. And for 2 reasons: that the grandparents and the people that teach it are dead, and they're not in the family to be able to instill it and teach it, because it's a learned thing. Yeah. And you just know who you love. So you'll have a Hispanic with an Asian, and the Hispanic friends be like, I'm going to my Asian friend's house and I'm going to have sushi for the first time. Or you'll hear the Asian person say, you know, I'm going to my Mexican friend's house and I'm going to have burritos or enchiladas or tostados and stuff. And you guys are open to those things. You're not afraid. It's almost like you're channeling our ancestors and stuff. And you're not afraid to protest, and you're not afraid to be heard and be seen and try new things. And I love that about the millennials. I love that about y'all generation. It's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And I'm so glad to be alive to see that. I'm old. I'm 53.
Right. So Hope, tell me, so how do you see the comedy in the near future?
Comedy, they're opening back up some of the mainstream comedy clubs and stuff, but you know, like some clubs that hold 250 people, they're only allowing 75 people to come in. And then they have to take their temperature and, you know, whatever, but they're opening back up. You know, people are doing comedy shows on Zoom and on Instagram and Facebook and things like that. But true stand-up comedy, I think it'll happen. I don't know how big, like the concerts like Kevin Hart does when they 10,000 people there. I don't know how that's going to work, you know, until they can get this thing under control, whatever this is supposed to be. I believe that this virus thing is not new. I believe it's been here. If you look at the Lysol can, it says kills corona. Yes. So it's been here. Because you're not going to tell me from January up until a certain part of March, we were fine. And then all of a sudden, a bat from China How did it get over here? Came and gave the whole world corona. That doesn't make sense to me. My girlfriend, who my agent, she had it about in October. Her and her son had it. She was sick, just with all those symptoms. She went to the doctor on 3 different occasions, and the doctor gave her 3 different antibiotics that didn't work. And she said, I had corona. A lot of us had it and didn't know it. And
Yeah,
It was opposite.
we didn't know it. And stuff. So you're saying, I got to put a mask on to talk to you. I got to keep 6 feet apart from you. So does that mean we're infected? And if we are infected, how did we get infected?
Right. Right.
You know,
And
True.
Popeyes that they were giving away. That's how people got infected.
Yeah.
Free Popeyes.
Them chicken sandwiches.
Everybody waiting in line for that. That's what
I
happened.
wasn't standing no line. Shit, I wasn't standing no fucking line, so I didn't go get no fucking chicken.
I didn't get it either, so.
Yeah. When somebody finally gave me one, I was like, now what is the big deal about this shit? What was this line about? I didn't understand it and stuff, but I'm not a trend follower. I don't do what everybody else does and stuff. So I don't know what they'd be doing. People are just they're so followers. They follow everything and never think for themselves and things. So I'm not doing none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So how long have you been doing comedy altogether?
Oh, about 30 years.
Wow.
I started comedy in 1989. So I've been doing comedy about 30 years.
Woo, you could teach me some things.
Yeah, whatever you want to know. I do a comedy convention every year, and we do it in April. So we just, I wish I would have done it earlier and stuff, whatever, but we do it every April. But you can still look it up online. It's called comicsrockconvention.com, and it's over 30 workshops and seminars and to help comedians to learn this business and learn how to win. So I'm going to do all the workshops and stuff online, the classes online, and then I'll do the actual convention again next year in April or whatever. So yeah, still going to do something, but just not in person.
Okay, you do that by yourself, or do you have other people that partner with you?
Oh, I have, comedians come from all over the world, and they come to LA. They come to LA, the comedy mecca, basically, for the workshops, and then they get to showcase at all the mainstream comedy clubs, and they get to network and meet other comedians and things like that from other states and stuff. So it's an amazing event, that I do. And then we honor people in the business that have been pioneers and big in the business. We give them awards, because I feel like it's important to give people their flowers while they're alive.
Awesome. I love your spirit. Like you're super awesome. This is just
thank you.
enlightening to hear somebody that's giving back to the community and trying to help other people get on the level to where you have reached. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I know used to you being the smartest person in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's right.
Nobody any good. It serves nobody any good. And it's something that God just really put on my heart to help comedians win. We got to help each other win. We have to be kind. This world is already cruel, and we got to learn how to love and be kind and stuff. And I'm all for all lives matter, but right now it's about Black Lives Matter, because we're the ones being targeted at this point. So I think when people say, well, what about all lives? That's not who being targeted right now. It's us. They killing us dead in the street, hanging us. 2 Black boys have been hung here in LA, in California, in 1 week.
I know.
Talking about suicide. Black people, that's not our thing. We don't normally commit suicide or anything like that. And if we do, we're not going to hang ourselves.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So and we have so many issues. The Breonna Taylor thing. We got that. The lady who went to the slumber party with the white women and came up dead, and they threw her over the balcony. They're reopening that case again. What about the little boy who killed himself and then rolled himself up in a mat?
That's a whole.
I remember that.
They reopened that one, right? That one,
Yeah,
that
I think
bothered
they
me
should
so
have.
bad, yo. That shit makes me scared, like for my kids. I don't know, like, fuck, like.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother
And
thing.
The girl who committed suicide that 39 years old or 36 years old, and she helped write This Is Us, and she hung herself. That's not Black women. We don't do those kinds of things. Black and Latino women and stuff, we don't kill our kids. We don't do that. We love our children and stuff. And all of this stuff is now happening, and I think it's a lot of mental illness and depression and stuff, but some of it is a lot of foul play. A lot of foul play. I don't believe that we're doing all of this, and just watch and wait. And I think that now with this is happening, I believe that all of these cases are gonna get a lot of play time, and a lot of these cases are being opened and stuff, you know. And on a lighter note, they say 60,000 Black women, Black and Latinos are missing in America. 60,000.
That's trafficking too.
That's 70. Black women and Latinos are missing in America.
Yeah.
And, you know, some of them was just like, fuck it, I'm out of here, okay?
Yeah, maybe a small percent.
I have a question.
Okay? You know, like the Black woman that was in a coma. There was a Black woman, she was in a coma for 7 months. Did y'all see this? Black woman was in a coma for 7 months, you know? And I was like, you know, sometimes we're just tired. Shit. Sometimes we're just fucking tired.
You need the rest.
We just need a rest. We gotta go in a coma just because we tired. Shit, okay? We tired.
I know that's right.
We tired of our kids. We tired of not working. We tired of being disrespected. We tired of our men. Do you know that Black women are the most unprotected on earth, and we are the most hated by every race except every race loves the Black woman except Black men.
Yeah, that's true.
My homegirl was telling
That's
me.
true. We're queens.
We ain't gonna get into that right now. That's a whole nother hour
We're not talking.
discussion.
Y'all give me more time.
Right? We're gonna need you to come here, sit down, and we have a
Yes.
your CBD, your cannabis, all your
Yes.
products,
Bring
everything.
all of it.
What city are y'all in?
Mango, did you have
We're in
something to
Atlanta.
Oh, I'll come to the A when y'all keep y'all done burnt down the Wendy's and shit.
Oh Lord, no, that wasn't us. That wasn't our color, baby.
I love to see shit like this. I love to see, because what it does is it makes people stand and take fucking notice.
Exactly.
That's right.
Can you tell me what? Can you give me a message to tell our youth out there, you know, regarding the rioting and you know what they should know and what to do?
All I want to tell them is get me something, shit, okay? If y'all,
Me too.
if y'all so happen to go to the Gucci store at Lenox, I can email y'all a pair of sandals and a Gucci bag that I really, really would like if somebody would get it for me. I will pay you for it, but I would really like it if y'all could get me some from the store. And I don't give a fuck about none of these stores, because these are stores, first of all, half the shit is overpriced.
Exactly.
These are places that they don't want us in anyway. They don't like us to come in there. They follow us around the whole store. They check our money. They want to see if we're stealing. Then they have some big Black nigga at the door checking our receipts before we leave and trying to intimidate us. Fuck all them stores. Loot all them shit. I need a Rolex. I need a gang of shit, okay? Fuck all them stores. I'm glad the kids are out there and they looting and stuff or whatever. I would be out there. I looted in the riots of '92, but the way my knee is set up right now, I can't be out there. So, get it, kids, get it. I'm not one to stop y'all. I'm very radical. I'm very
I
radical.
hate to let you go, but
I love y'all.
and we thank you for coming on, blessing
Be
us with
safe.
your presence. And where can we find you?
Hope.flood on Instagram, Hope Flood on Facebook, highhopes.biz, and hopeflood.com. So holla at me, and I'll be there soon. I'm coming there in a couple of weeks.
Yes. And you gotta come here on the
You
show.
do.
And we can
I will. I'll
continue
come to
this.
the studio. Y'all be good and be safe. Be safe.
Pretty Real Podcast. Real ladies, real talk, real shit.
Shit, never show. All I ever heard was get a dope.